Greetings. Welcome to Karen Hope's 15 Minutes of Solid Inspiration, the channel where hope grows inspiration. Y'all, it has been, excuse me, I'm going to turn this down, a very, very, very crazy day. It actually it started off being early. Well, actually, this whole process started yesterday. Let me just go back to yesterday. Had to go to San Antonio for personal business. Still had to take care of business in San Antonio today. And as far as the business went, everything was just as I prayed it would be. Just excellent all the way across the board. Promising, and everything's okay, right? Okay, so we get home. Excuse me, y'all. I'm just making sure. And the reason why I'm looking down at my screen is I'm waiting on a message. So we get back here, and my mom and I are talking, and my dad is not looking too well. You know, we asked him if he's feeling okay, and he said no. But then, so we just kind of, but he was working outside. I don't know if you can see behind me, but there's a lot of land back there that my dad lives on, and he takes care of it all by himself. So, a lot. And so, he wasn't feeling too well. It's kind of hot outside today. It's what he does. The man is 75 years old. A retired Marine, and he just thinks he's still young and still a Marine. So he works very hard out here on his land. But he just wasn't looking right. So bottom line is, not to get into too much detail, my daddy's not feeling good, so he had to get rushed out of here to the hospital about 30 minutes ago. So if you see me looking down at the screen, I'm using a phone from my from the Google phone on my computer out here in the country. And so I'm just waiting for a phone call or a message from my mom. Okay, so so I said that to say all this. There's no podcast today. Okay, it's like this. I don't have any excuse. I do it. I give myself a day every once in a while to do the 6 episodes, and that will be, this week will be that week. And I don't have any excuse other than I just don't want to. I want to say I'm tired, but I won't even use that excuse. Like, flat out, I don't want to. Sometimes I'm like that. I don't know, and sometimes it's good to be like that, y'all. I'm so serious. At times it does feel like you get like a little pang of guilt from doing that. But really and truly, that just comes from loving people and really being concerned about how they feel, or how your reactions or your responses to them make them feel. That's a genuine person. But sometimes we have to be genuinely true to ourselves. It's not, people usually don't even notice. They think that you think because you're so into what you're doing, or you're so dedicated to or devoted to a person or a thing or situation, a project, whatever, you're so devoted to it, we actually think they notice when we don't do it. Now, if there's a pattern, and we would have talked about, because I literally have today's episode mapped out. It's down in my Google Docs. And I was just gonna say we were gonna talk about patterns. We notice the patterns in people. Good patterns is what we're talking about. We don't like to go and put ourselves in a negative frame of mind, because we're there all day. Like, I could be in a negative frame of mind right now. I don't want to. So I guess that's what this is what I'm talking about. I'm jumping on here to say we're not going to have the podcast today, but I will do the podcast tomorrow. And also we'll also have the Karen Hope's 15 minutes of Solid Inspiration Weekly Review. Is tomorrow Sunday? Yes, we will have that done. And then Monday, we'll also have the podcast done, but I will have to go to San Antonio one more time on Monday, if everything is okay with my dad. I have to go one more time to San Antonio, and then we'll be starting the podcast and the YouTube video that day, but maybe a little bit later again. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about with y'all really quickly, so we can vibe a little bit on these swords and these things that get thrown at us like all kinds of directions at the time we think everything is going okay. Do you know what I'm talking about? I've been wondering why I have been like this change that I'm literally living. I want to say I didn't like say, hey, you're going to change, Karen Hope. I don't know. There was some kind of shift, some kind of different energy. I don't know, but I just went with it. And I am noticing that my reactions and my responses to things are different, and my reason for them is always going back to God, and it's always going back to He's got our back, and He's always going all the way back to every single time that even before he spoke, not shined, but literally spoke light into the world, that He knew the plans for our lives. They were already worked out. And when we trust that, it's easier to I don't know. It makes it easier. It makes it easier to hold on to something when things are getting ready to go crazy. And if you don't hold on, you're going to blow off. You're going to blow off the cliff or into the wind. I see myself, the worst place to blow off into is the middle of the ocean. Just drop. Nothing there. Do you want to blow off into the middle of the ocean? No. So, or think about the worst place. Like if the wind was blowing where you are, and the worst place that you can blow into, and that's where you have to be. No one to help you out but yourself. That's what we're trying to, and God. See, and that's the only way. And hopefully we haven't blown so far that we're too weak to even raise our voice. That's why we have to keep our spirit built up. Because when we can't speak, it speaks for us. But if we disconnect ourselves from our authentic self and not try to get to know our authentic self, be our authentic self, like right now, I don't care to do the podcast, but I care to do this. I care to do this, so I'm going to do this. Authentically, that's what I want to do. The one thing that I never thought that I could do. This is crazy stuff, man. Oh my gosh, we can really hold ourselves back. We can really self-sabotage. And also it's things like having good days and being so pumped up, and then bam, reality, more reality. The good day was reality, and then just life still happening is also the reality. Acceptance is reality. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, we have the tools. It's just so wonderful to know that getting back to the shift. I'm such a Gemini, dude. Getting back to the shift. Now I can know, and now I can understand, and now I can feel that shift was in place because God knew I'm not talking, about this day, about yesterday, about the day I started walking for the first time, about whatever. Every single moment of my life. So that's why we all are like given the authority by with our imagination and our reflection, excuse me, the things we think about, the things we focus on, the things we concentrate on. That's why we have the ability, the spiritual, God-given ability to be co-creators of our own reality. Like, I'm not going to go back on my situation because I'm not going to even think about that. I'm giving energy to something that I don't want to give energy to. But for instance, if you think that you're going to fail a test, you know what I'm saying? You go in to study and you're telling yourself the whole time, I'm going to fail this test, I'm going to fail this test. You flip the pages like that. You just kind of skim over everything and you just go get yourself some Kool-Aid and you just lean on your elbow and you just, eat snacks and you act all whatever, la la la, and you fail the test. But if you go into that test with a nice bowl of apples cut already, you're already knowing you're going to study. You got a bottle of water, maybe I'd say coffee pot, because I actually did have a little tiny miniature coffee pot plugged up right on my desk. I was hardcore like that. Y'all, I'm just looking right now on this top of this camera, and I got so much sun today. Jeez. It's a good thing. I love sun. I love gold and brown. But, so, what was I getting to? What was I saying? About you know what? Whatever. Watch, I'm going to keep talking. It's going to come to me. What was I talking about? I bet y'all are like right there, like wishing you could tell me, right? Whatever. I talked about getting sun and now I can't even remember what I was going to say. Was it important? I don't know. Let me just get to what's in my mind right now. It's very important to stay aligned with the will of God's God's will for our lives. That's our life purpose, right? I mean, like, really and truly, it really doesn't matter what I say. It does. We don't want to be rambling, but the bottom line is about anything. But when it comes to inspiration, like in times just like that, when we lose our place, the whole point of these videos, it's to help me first and foremost. I've been a very shy person my whole life. Not necessarily shy. The people that know me say that's bull crap. But what I'm saying is, not willing to shine. I didn't. Not willing to shine what I wanted, just shine what everybody thought that I should be. And we have to really and truly be true to our authentic self every single time and just shine what we want to be. Okay? And these bad days are going to come in, and these cloudy days are going to come in, and times that we really can't see, including physically. And it just makes it a little bit more easy to understand. And now I'm getting back on track. Easy to understand that these things that God knew was going to happen for us, all of it's for our good. Like, God is giving me experiences and He's allowing me to work them out, co-create my reality, and get to different places where I understand how much I need Him and how much He needs to be part of my planning and thought process, especially in times where I just really just don't have any energy. Sometimes we don't have any energy and we need to know we have something to lean on, like seriously. And if we continue to build ourselves up from the inside, we can see this stuff materialize on the outside, like calmness, like peace. It's seen on the outside, really. Because what we feel is what is seen, you know. When someone's in a panic, there's no way they can look calm. If they can maybe not say anything, maybe they won't be verbalizing, maybe they'll be very quiet, but their eyeballs will be wide, or they'll be sweating bullets, or maybe fidgeting their hands or something. There will be an indication that that person is not calm. Do you know what I mean? So it literally takes a thought to stay calm. So we need to continue to practice it, because I'm noticing now what I'm not looking forward to, and I think that's why God is helping me, is having to practice it. Again, I'm not going to get into, let's not even talk about anything negative. What I want to say is that we have every single tool and resource that we need to be such powerful beings, such positive beings. So I can practice that for myself. I decided to kind of push through my weird day, almost low vibing day. I say almost because I have a tool and a resource. I have right now my imagination and my willingness to jump on here and do this video, for this channel, for this dream and this vision that I have, that requires just like any job, to just do it anyway, right? So that's what I guess I'm going to wrap this video up with, to tell y'all, sometimes y'all, we just have to just do it. Just do it. There's nothing else to do but just move forward and just do it. Okay, so y'all, please check out the links that are in the description box below, just in case you've missed some podcast episodes. We've done 95, so yeah, check them out. Tomorrow there will be 96, and then also the weekly review will be right here, on the YouTube channel, to check that out. Yeah, so y'all, I hope this video found y'all well, you and yours, well and happy and very safe. And God bless you and yours, y'all. And I will see you again tomorrow on this channel.